Hello everyone. I am Sheena Rani from ASL DRDO, an outstanding scientist in the defense. Today I have come to give a small peek into my journey of life. I was born in this beautiful city of Trivandrum as a part of a middle class family, and how I could rise from that to this position in my career. All the credit goes to my parents and my teachers who have guided me throughout in my life, and all the pioneers in my career who are there part of my organization who have taken me forward. So let me give a few glimpses of my life, how it has progressed. I was fortunate to be born to both educated parents. My mother especially had a very great influence on me. She was a diploma in civil engineering at that time, and she was already working as technical assistant in PWD department. So she was a real boosting force for me, and always the advice I used to get as a child was that you should try to stand on your own feet. I might be as a kid, I never realized what's the importance of that but that kept on ringing in my ears. And I continued my education in Cotton Hill Girls High School, Trivandrum. And after completing my 10th, when I was in the 10th standard, whole of my family had to face a big blow. I lost my father. It had a really shattering effect on my family as such, and my mother especially, who was always in the shadow of my father, had to come forward and take the challenge of bringing two of us. We are two sisters. So when I saw her taking up the challenge and coming forward, taking up all the activities and leading us and protecting us, it really opened my eyes. And really, she has been a big inspiration for me, so that whenever there is a challenge, I will always look forward to her, and I get the confidence that I will also be able to face, because I will belong to that same family, and my mother's courage has gone to me also. And after completing my 10th as well as schooling as well as my pre-degree, then I got a chance to get into College of Engineering, Trivandrum, as a student in Electronics and Communication Engineering. How did I select that thing? Really, I am also not sure. We did not have much exposure during that phase. It was a very limited world for us, and Trivandrum being a small city, and the amount of communications or anything was very limited during that phase. So whatever suggestions or advices based on my mother, that has guided me in selecting even the topic for my engineering also. So when I moved forward and took up the electronics course, and I started thinking what should be my finally end career. And for a Trivandrumite, I think the sounding rockets which we used to hear in the 60s and 70s from the VSSC, that we used to call only Tumba, not VSSC at that time, that used to be a big influencer for all the children, I think, during that phase. So in a way, I was also influenced by that. And when I used to see the buses, VSSC buses going in front of me, I used to think, will I be able to get a chance to sit in that bus one day? Will I be able to follow the footsteps of Vikram Sarabhai? I am hearing so, and will I be able to work on the face of rocket technology? This was the main influence, I think, mainly because I was born and brought up in Trivandrum itself. So after completing it, when we were in the final year, or I think from third year onwards, my thing was how to stand on my own feet. Will I get a job? What should I do? That nervousness will be there throughout our life. I mean, for every student, if you see in the final phases of your engineering career, this will be the thing. What should I do next? So that worry was there, but I was very fortunate that I could get into, through campus placement, to CMC Limited, a public sector undertaking. So it was a very big thing for us, because getting a job at that phase was not so easy as what is there now. So when I got the job, my whole family, my mother was so happy, but only some pain was there, because I got the posting in Hyderabad. I had to move out from the wings of my mother's security, whatever protection I had to go out of that. She was a little reluctant. She was not able to decide whether to allow or not to allow, because it's a government job. So that doubts were there, but still, whatever I have seen her facing the challenges with that same daringness, I decided I should move out. It is for the good of my family. I have to support my family. I should not allow my mother to take more and more financial things, because whatever she has suffered so much, she has struggled so much to bring both of us. So same thing, with that mindset, I moved out to Hyderabad and I worked in CMC Limited. During that phase, I got married also, and my husband was working in VSSC Trivandrum and I was in Hyderabad. And my mother was not able to tolerate me staying alone in Hyderabad during that troublesome period. So everybody put together, they decided, let her come back, let her resign the job. With so much of pain, and I don't know, my mother also would have gone through the same pain, because getting such a job, wonderful job, was really a big achievement, and I had to just to throw away that job and come back to Kerala, again back to Trivandrum. So I resigned and I came back to Trivandrum. Then when in Trivandrum, I started hunting for job things. And finally, luckily for me, again, I got an opening in VSSC. There was interviews, advertisement was there, and I could get into VSSC. So that was really a remarkable thing for me. I was really happy, and my mother was, I can tell, on cloud nine. And for me also, it was a dream come true for me, that it is really, I could get into finally the organization which I dreamt of when I was a child. And I will tell that I owe a lot to this organization, because I got a very good foundation in this organization. And I worked there for 8 years. Then during that phase, in 1997, again a blow for me, I lost my mother to cancer. So that was a big changing thing for me. I was not comfortable at all. So then there was a suggestion, why don't we move out? So both of us, me and my husband, thought, okay, why don't we move out of this place? So that is how then an opportunity came in DRDO, and then we decided both of us moved to Hyderabad again. And there I have again got an opportunity to work in mainly missile program as part of the Indian defense industry. And in that, whatever career I had, it was a very challenging career and very demanding work type of activities. So my support, who was my support? My husband was there. Again, my in-laws have supported me. They were taking care of my kids, because of which I could move forward and I could be on duty whenever, as and when the time required, whenever there was a requirement, I could continue and contribute to whatever task was assigned to me, and I could move forward in my career. And that way, I consider myself fortunate that I could work on so many prestigious programs. If I see in VSSC, I could work in both the working horses of the VSSC, that is both BSLV as well as GSLV. In the design phases, I could be involved. Again, when I came into DRDO also, I could get into whatever major variants of the system, so many variants of the missile system I could get into. So it was a very remarkable journey for me, and I am really fortunate. I consider myself very much thankful to the God for giving me Almighty, for giving me this wonderful life and a wonderful career also. And I have grown like this. And who was my role model throughout this life? Only my mother. I will always give my most influencing person in my life is my mother. My father was also there, who was always given us the freedom to pursue whatever I wanted. But my mother has become a more influencing person for me, because I have seen her face so many challenges, dealing with the situations and finding out solutions and taking us forward. And after that, who are the people who have influenced me? I think that time Abdul Kalam sir, he was there, his teachings were there, his quotes were there, so many quotes were there. I have listened to his speeches also, and I was greatly influenced by his talk. I had the opportunity to listen to him and interact with him during one of our missions also. And some more people who have influenced me. There is, I think, our pioneers in the defense industry also. We had Dr. R.N. Agarwal sir, who was the founding member of the Agni program. As such, we call him the founding father of the Agni program. Then Dr. Avinash Chandra sir, who was also initial project directors of the Agni systems. So all these people have guided me and set the path for me, because of which I could come up. And I have learned a lot from these people. And Now, how I have become a good leader? So, what are the major important qualities in a leader? First of all, a leader cannot be, made, it is like a self-development. It's a process of self-development. No one teaches you. You might have attended so many management courses and all, but that will give you some small percentage of what will be making you as a leader, but it does not do the complete thing. It comes with experiences. We will be facing so many problems, setbacks, so many things during our career or journey of life itself. This is giving us more experience and thus making us more confident in handling challenges. And what is the major qualities required for a leader? One is the patience to listen. You should be a good listener. You should be able to listen to whatever your team members have to say. You should be able to accept them or reject them in a proper way so that they should not be affected. That is where one more thing is empathy. You should be compassionate. You should be understanding and connecting with the team members. And another major thing is integrity. The leader should be setting the path. The team should be able to trust you. They should be, whatever decisions I'm taking, they should be with me with full 100%. They should be able to be part of me. And another major thing is adaptability. We will be going through major changes as far as the requirements or the conditions, the situations, but we should have an agile team culture. We should be able to switch as per the dynamic conditions. We should be able to handle the challenges as a team. Then we should be having the capability of a creativity, because we should create an environment for the team to come up with very new ideas. We should be willing to accept the ideas, hear the team members, find out what are the challenges involved in these ideas and whether we can move forward or not. Then another major thing what we require is analytical powers. We should require, as a leader, we should be able to break down the complex problems. We should be able to identify the root causes, and we should be able to come up with the fresh solutions which will be like a game changers, and so that the new design should become very rugged and sturdy designs. And another major thing I have seen in my career is we have to keep on updating ourselves. What I have also felt is, because of my personal commitments and official commitments, I could not take up the higher studies and all. So what I was seeing is I was lacking the confidence level. I could see it diminishing. So then I took a decision that I should go for a career, at least educationally, I should go for an upgradation. And I took up the MS course. And this has given me a very good confidence level to face. And this is one major thing everybody should understand, that there should be a constant learning process to adapt to the latest developments. Technology is changing so fast that we should be able to cope up with those changing environments and see that whatever products we are developing or designing should be state of the art with the current technologies, and it should survive for long years if it has to sustain. Then we should be a good problem solver. That way, I think I can tell that I love problems. I love to handle failures. Really, what I feel is, when there is a failure or fault occurring, when you go into the debugging, that is where we are understanding more into the system. We are gaining more knowledge about the system, and which gives me more confidence to handle the situations and whatever things are happening in the system. Really, you should never take failures as setbacks. They really will be helping you only. We should not be treating all these failures as setbacks. It should be treated as a challenge. As a woman, I think we have more qualifications. I think we are very compassionate and we have so much of patience. Most of us are having so much of patience. That's why we become very good leaders. Women are already born leaders because of the multitasking. They get so much of experience in finance management, time management, everything in the family itself. That way I consider myself fortunate that I am a woman and I am able to deal with very challenging situations, and I have daringly moved forward and I have come out of all the struggles very successfully. And to end with, I will give a quote from Marie Curie. We must have perseverance and above all confidence in ourselves. We must believe that we are gifted for something and that this thing must be attained. We should identify our own inner strengths. What is our core strength? And we should be able to build on that. That is sufficient. Thank you so much.